This event is sponsored by the Village of Mamaroneck Arts Council. So happy greetings to our student poets, to their teachers, their parents, family members, friends, and guests. I am Jane Dorian. I'm a member of the Village of Mamaroneck Arts Council and co-chairperson for this event.
Hello, I'm Marina Kiriakou, and I'm co-chairperson of this event too. It's my first year doing it, not my first year coming. I'm also on the Mamaroneck Village Arts Council, and I'm thrilled to welcome all of you today. I think Poetry Live is one of the most wonderful events that we sponsor as an arts council during the year. I find it cozy and inspiring for so many reasons, for all the different generations that are here, for the parents that are in support of their children, of their young adults, and in some cases, and for all of us that are friends and family in support of these young poets, and for the teachers that made this all possible. So today is a very, very special day for all of us, and for me personally.
We're going to acknowledge people in the audience.
I thought you were going to do that.
Yeah. So we're just going to acknowledge, before Marina begins, the people in the audience who are here, special, and they help make this a reality. So Mayor Tom Murphy of Mamaroneck is here. Our Village of Mamaroneck Board Trustee and the liaison to the Arts Council. She helps us do projects and get things moving, Nora Lucas. And then the people who help you register, they're members and volunteers on the Arts Council. So Jacqueline Meyer, Jacqueline, here she is. She's co-chair of the Arts Council. And out there at the table, Solange DeSantis and Joyce Marie Washburn. Joyce Marie, are you here?
I think she's out.
No, but let's give them a hand. They can't hear us, but. So it's really wonderful because these people have done so much to help make this event a possibility. And our mission as an arts council is to highlight the value and importance of art in our lives. The visual, the performing, and the literary arts. So today, on the eve of National Poetry Month, we are really excited to begin. And just on one note, before Marina takes over, I'd like to pay tribute to Mary Oliver, a poet who passed away early this year. She was a prolific poet. She had 20 volumes of verse published, and she reminded readers that life is a blessing. So she said, "Keep room in your hearts for the unimaginable." And so I think for all of us, it was just wonderful to have her among us, and we cherish all of her work that she left behind. And later, Diane Sarna is going to read one of her poems to you. So today, I'm delighted to stand beside Marina Kiriakou, the co-chair of this event. She designed and created the program and the anthology that all of you will get at the end of this event. So she created it, edited it, made it happen. And she also is a writer and a photographer. She has written many memoirs of various people. She conducts writing workshops often, and she loves poetry. So she's going to share her thoughts on poetry right now. Okay, Marina.
Thank you, Jane. The first thoughts that I'd like to share is, or the first thought is how lucky we are today, because the founder of Poetry Live, Mary Louise Cox, is able to be with us. And Mary Louise is right here in the first row. Mary Louise is a treasure to our community, and she's accompanied by her daughter, Daryl Cox-Jodry, who is a lifelong friend of mine, and her wonderful caretaker, Yasmin. who made possible Mary Louise being here with us today. So welcome to Mary Louise. We're so grateful to have you here. I am particularly honored as a member of the Arts Council to have been asked by Jane to co-coordinate this event. And there's a very personal reason that I'm honored, aside from the fact that I love this event. I think it's an important one for all of us in the community. For me, this is coming full circle because I met Mary Louise when I was 12 years old, and that is the age of some of our student poets here today. My friend Daryl brought me to her house. We were having a play date, and I walked into her house, and right next to the kitchen, down a hallway on the main floor, was a room that kind of looked like a library, a small room with natural light and a desk, very neat. And outside of that room was something I'd never seen before. It said poetry room. And it so impressed me, Mary Louise, because whose mother has a poetry room? And my mother did not, and nobody else I knew did. It really made an impression that I never forgot, that she thought so much of this work of hers that she dedicated a space in her home to honor the work of art making, to honor the work of poetry making. So, so it's very, very special for me to stand here today to bring full circle my relationship with Mary Louise, and to think that I get to carry a little bit of the torch of bringing her work forward. This event started 18 years ago, and so that's what we're here to celebrate today. We're here to celebrate all of you. You'll read about Mary Louise and how she has spent a lifetime. You'll read about it in the anthology that you'll receive today, which is right here. And one of the things I want to say is that Mary Louise is not just a poet or an artist of words. She also is a painter, a sculptor, and many other things. And this is, she said a nuisance. I don't think so. But this is her painting. So we're honoring her in different ways. And then if you would like to take time to read about her, her photograph and a bio is here, as well as a poem that she wrote, which is called Compose. So enjoy. And again, thank you, Mary Louise, for being here. A couple of thoughts about poetry connected to Mary Louise is that Mary Louise has spent a lifetime defending the arts, encouraging the arts, and in so many ways, she has brought her inspiration to prisons, to prisoners, to schools, to students, to the community, to poets and non-poets, encouraging everybody to dig deep and see the value of putting some words together that reflect inner impressions. She's spent a lifetime standing up for the arts, not just poetry. And when I think of all of you here today, the students, I challenge you to think about, if you have, which it seems that you do, a love for poetry, a love for the arts, stand for it. Our world moves very quickly. We live in a very competitive world where poetry, something as still and simple as inner impressions, don't really get their time. And today, happily, which is what makes this such a special event, we're going to hear your voices, and you're going to give us the chance to be listeners. So very, very special, and I hope you take the work of a community member like Mary Louise and think about how in your life, which is just beginning, you too can defend the arts and encourage other people to take some time and celebrate poetry. So in this anthology, in the back, there are some quotes and inspirations written, or quotes by poets, different poets from different times. And one of the quotes is from Pablo Neruda, and he says a very simple line, which is, "Poetry is an act of peace." It's the line that really stopped me out of so many that I've read over the years. And I was thinking about what does that mean, that poetry is peace? And then I had the good fortune of compiling your anthologies. And I was reading the words of all of you, the students that are here. And it really occurred to me, once again, that you cannot read a poem, you cannot be present to the reading of a poem without breaking your heart open a little bit, or maybe your mind, and thinking about empathy. What another person sees is not what we usually talk about every day. So all of you have dug deep, pulled out little jewels, and are giving it to us. I think that offering, which it's an offering, encourages us to be more compassionate, more present to what's inside of all these beings that walk around us during the day. So I think poetry is, in a way, an act of peace, and it encourages a flow of compassion. So I hope you join me today in feeling a little bit of that, and I know that we all will experience that for ourselves. So enjoy the program today. Thank you again to everyone here, and I'd like to introduce our mayor, Tom Murphy, our ubiquitous mayor, because he is everywhere in this village. And he is certainly a supporter of the arts, and we're very proud to have him here with us today.
I just want to start by thanking Mary Louise Cox Rosenberg for starting this program, for being the village's poet laureate, the one and only poet laureate in the history of the village of Mamaroneck. Mary Louise, thank you. This whole community owes you a debt of gratitude. Good afternoon. I'd like to thank the Village of Mamaroneck's Arts Council for facilitating this event and for all the cultural enrichment that they provide Mamaroneck all year long. I would especially like to thank and congratulate all of the young poets who are contributing here today for having the courage to share your intimate thoughts and emotions with us. I personally have always been in awe of poets and poetry. You see, over the years, I have learned to write prose which from time to time connects with readers or listeners on a common sense level. But you poets reach a level of communication that transcends the rational. Good poetry connects the writer and the reader's souls. It is a connection that you feel in your gut. Have you ever read a poem and have a line literally take your breath away? You gasp. How could that poet have known that about me? I never told that to anyone. The poet, by sharing and bearing their soul, has connected to yours. And the amazing thing is that in that transcendent moment, we find our shared humanity with each other. Because of the connection of souls, poetry survives the test of time. 500 years from now, if the human race endures, we will still be reading Shakespeare, Baldwin, Frost, Angelou, and other great poets yet unborn. I hope that today's event inspires our young poets to continue honing their craft, to continue to have the courage to keep bearing their souls to us. Their work reinforces and strengthens humanity's collective soul. I look forward to having my breath taken away until I breathe my last. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Now I would like to introduce our Master of Ceremonies. Diane Sarna is a wonderful, kind, generous teacher. She's been a teacher for more than 30 years, even though she looks so young. That can't be possible. But she's here today with her students from Fox Lane High School. She teaches English, she teaches creative writing, she's in charge of clubs and sponsors writing clubs. She's chair of the Young Authors Conference, which has hundreds of students from all over Westchester come together in March at a location, and she has authors and other teachers do workshops for these students, and they choose the workshops, and then they spend the day in a lot of different kinds of activities. So she does that. She travels to Nicaragua, where she engages in community service projects. She is a lifelong learner and a friend of poetry. And I'd like us to really give her a big welcome. Diane Sarna. Thank you, Diane.
I like the age reference the best. Mwah, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Hello, folks. Boy, Master of Ceremonies. I want my husband to start calling me that. Good morning, Master of Ceremonies. I don't know if that's going to go over. So I'm not going to give any speeches, but I did want to, again, thank the Mamaroneck Arts Council for making this possible, because I know it's a lot of work. And I had to say thank you to Mary Louise Cox. She is one of my heroes, and I am so excited that she's here today. You have no idea. She's like a rock star to me. I just want to jump up and down and scream, but I am not going to do that. Instead, since it's a celebration of poetry, I thought it would start off with a poem by Mary Oliver. I spoke with Jane earlier in the school year about, well, what can we do that's a little special? And Mary Oliver passed away, a poet that I very much admire. Someone once told me, well, she's like a female Frost. And I went, no, she's Mary Oliver. She doesn't need to be compared to another great poet. And I'm going to read this, and it's called The Summer Day, but we can pretend, right? It's called The Summer Day, and I think you'll enjoy it. Who made the world? Who made the swan and the black bear? Who made the grasshopper? This grasshopper, I mean. The one who has flung herself out of the grass, the one who is eating sugar out of my hand, who is moving her jaws back and forth instead of up and down, who is gazing around with her enormous and complicated eyes. Now she lifts her pale forearms and thoroughly washes her face. Now she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't know exactly what a prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel down in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I have been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last and too soon? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? That's Mary Oliver. So we're going to kick off with this reading today. It's alphabetical. It's not because I'm standing up here with the school where I teach, and that's Fox Lane High School. But before they come up, gentle reminder, because this is so special, would you all please silence your phones? I left mine in the car because I was afraid I would forget. So, yeah, just turn them off so we don't hear their rings. And then once you've done that, I'd like to have Fox Lane High School walk on up these stairs, and you can line up right across the stage. Keep me company. Come on up, you guys. Good job. Just right along. See this pink line here? Nice. Make room for everybody. Good. Right there. Push down just a little bit more so everybody can be seen all the way past me on the podium. There you go. You hear the elevator music? Isn't that cool? It'll do it for you too when you come up here, I promise. So I know we're sort of hogging the stage. I think that's just because I've been coming so many years, they let me break the rule. I brought a lot of kids, and I'm so proud of them. So we did a unit on where are we from, and taking pride in where we're from. And one of the poets that I used as a model for them is in the publication. So I'm going to kick off by reading the poem that inspired them, and each teacher will be coming up and doing something similar. So this poem is by Nikki Giovanni, and it's called Knoxville, Tennessee, and it's her celebration of where she's from. I always like summer best. You can eat fresh corn from Daddy's garden, and okra, and greens, and cabbage, and lots of barbecue, and buttermilk, and homemade ice cream at the church picnic, and listen to gospel music outside at the church homecoming, and go to the mountains with your grandmother, and go barefooted, and be warm all the time, not only when you go to bed and sleep. And that's Knoxville, Tennessee by Nikki Giovanni. So we're going to go alphabetical by this publication up here, which you will all get to go home with. And we're going to start with Katie Amuso. Come on over.
Hello, I'm Katie Amuso. This is my poem, Red Brick and Pale Peonies. I'm from the red brick exterior and green awning of A building. I'm from the flowers blooming in my yard. From creaky floors and midnight stomping of stilettos upstairs. I'm from camera flashes and Cheshire Cat smiles. I'm from Wonderland and handstands. I'm from pseudo-names and playing make-believe with my cousins, from the stories we used to create with stardust and pizza crust. From playing school during the time of freedom and teacher ya. I'm from PB&J and Capri Sun. I'm from thick brown hair and snow white complexions. From my angry chef mom and shamrock dad. I'm from Jilly spilled the lemonade and crab in the bag. I'm from beach days and ocean waves, watermelon ices and pink lemonade. From sugar cookies and red velvet cake. I'm from family horror stories of falling through the attic floor and spiders bigger than my hands, while old Grandma Muso curses with her broom. I'm from new family on the other side of the globe, Belfast. I'm from each row of pale pink petals of the peonies planted outside my apartment complex long ago by my Mimi. Looking at the wilting petals, I see these family memories and smile.
That was a tongue twister. You're very brave, Katie. All right. And next, we have Ella Bahari.
Hi, I'm Ella Bahari, and my poem is called Where She's From. I'm from the concrete jungle, the bustling city that never sleeps. I'm from opulent curtsies and plaid aprons. I strutted out of contemporary apartments and skipped into picturesque suburban stables. I'm from self-cut bangs and brisk Hampton air. I'd blow on the dandelions. She'd shake me awake from my nightmares. I'm from homemade meals, which have been frozen for ages. I defrost the secret recipe. It feels the same as when she would make them off of the pages. I'd hear the knife collide with the cutting board as she minces the greens. Some vegetables so vile could be turned into something more than they seem. She'd call the delicacy gorma sabzi, but my friends knew it as green stew. Luxurious saffron spoils my taste buds. The overload of feigned food will induce me into a coma. As we shake the ingredients up, my senses wake up, but she remains asleep. I'm from brown, seductive cat eyes. When glance and you'll fall into fatal love. Sultry, sun-kissed skin, hearts stop as we sun. Dark locks that'll give Goldilocks a run for her money. Persians don't age, won't age. In conversations, we don't evoke age. I could lie and tell you that death doesn't linger around our minds, but truthfully, we're merely avoiding, postponing, and afraid of age. I attend extravagant Middle Eastern gatherings, loud snapping and obnoxious whistling, singing and dancing till dawn. Those of us who can are celebrating the privilege of life. It's a spring new year, high heels, red lipstick, black ball gowns and all. The deafening music I strive to hear. Her vibrant pink lips would tell me to dance out the previous year's negativity and welcome the new year's fortune. The Big Apple, and Persian palaces, a clash or a blessing. From hot dog stands rolled on the streets where dreams are made of, to kaleidoscopic paths where festivity can be abundant or scarce. Persians are immortal, but New Yorkers face death as often as the conceited queen faces her magic mirror. So here I am, stuck at a crossroad. How did she leave this world? When her great-grandchildren roam this earth, will they boast the legacy of a Persian or of a New Yorker? Despite the common definition that culture holds, who we really are can be found deeply seated inside. Seeking answers to her life through the artificial labels of culture prohibits me from seeking who she really was. I take a step back and wonder if I have chosen smallness over greatness and minimized her, confined and divided her from others. Who was she? Her wrinkles tell me one thing, but her recipes suggest another. As I look back down memory lane, her culture I will discover.
Everyone slide down a little bit, okay? And see the orange mark? There you go. You see how I'm managing the stage up here? Right, I'm getting my money's worth here. We now have Sky Bowie. Come on over.
I was born into the sweet and soulful sounds of Jill Scott and Erykah Badu, along with the relaxing yet vibrant tones of Three Little Birds and Everybody Loves the Sunshine. A woman from palm trees and ocean breeze met a man from concrete and cold weather. Together, they built an infinity and raised the sky. Their shared belief in limitlessness was personified twice. Curry stains that resisted household bleach, sweet coconut milk, my first love, a juicy mango, the surprisingly disgusting aki I had ignorantly mistaken for eggs, Aldrice's boiled dumplings, plantain versus breadfruit, both win, in my opinion. An eager and zealous creature I was, from tousled pigtails for playdates on Saturdays, onto performance-perfect buns on Sundays, onto loose French braids and cute, messy buns, and drowning in endless homework and suffocating in sheet music. But free thoughts, daydreams of beautiful places, and sentimental song lyrics drift through me, allowing me to breathe. Just the pitter-patter of pouring rain on the veranda, along with the calming shades of denim that mellow the sky, have been enough to lull this restless mind of mine into a deep slumber. Or the bitter scent of burning incense wafting through our blissfully alive home creates an atmosphere perfect for diving deep into downward dog and cracking my backbones in cobra. I am the roots of my ancestors, those who have passed long before my lifetime and those I'm lucky to have met at least once, constantly supported by the strong stem that is Keisha, Curtis, and Infinity, with leaves, aunts, uncles, cousins, I know them as Fletchers and Bowies, and the soft, delicate petals that harness our core values, a circle of golden droplets, brighter than the rays of the sun.
And next we have Ava Dudzinska. I think they have figured out the alphabetical order. Come on over.
Hi, I'm Ava Dudzinska, and my poem is Untitled. I am from wooden cooking spoons and floral teacups. I am from grass getting stuck to my bare feet, from soft sheepskin blankets on a leather couch, and from the scratchy living room carpet. I am from my dog Shaylee's soft, curly, wheat-colored fur. I am from the poison ivy behind the tree I would climb. I am from a cherry blossom where my name will forever be. I am from a sea of white and red, from Jeszcze Polska nie zginęła, and sitting at a desk, half asleep, every Saturday morning, where the only thing keeping me awake was the knowledge of lunch. I am from the rainy, smoky summer smell of Warszawa. I am from my parents' strange home remedies, from grape and cherry-flavored Tylenol. One tasted like candy, the other like melted plastic. From blueberry pierogis to the best rasu on the planet. I am from sunflower seeds straight from the flower, as fresh as the air on a mountain. I am not these memories. I am from these memories. The first minutes in the movie of my life.
And next we have Alexa Fields.
My name is Alexa Fields, and my poem is called Where I'm From. I am from open land, from chocolate milk and crayons. I am from a big black gate with long rock walls. I am from my mother's rocking chair, whose gentle motions I remember as if they were my own. I am from red hair and blue eyes, from Nicole and Brian, from attitude and persistence, from attitude and persistence, and from stop complaining and try your best, from Torah portion Kura. I am from birds chirping and wolves howling, from steak and salmon, from sledding down Town Park to skating on Town Pond. I am from sleepovers with my brother, whose laugh echoes the room.
Next, we have Alexandra Griffin.
Good afternoon. My name is Alexandra Griffin, and my poem is called Rooted. I'm part of the Bear Mountain hiking trails, with rigid rocks and mossy tops, and crisp old leaves crunching beneath my feet, the dried dirt denying to leave my knees, a sliding sensation of skates, gliding over frozen lakes, and bitter frosty snow from stormy nights that could be fashioned into a new friend. I'm part of countless sugar-crusted cider donuts that I could never resist, whose sweet aromas captivate little kids, warm sugar cookies on Christmas morning with crumbs covering the new oak floor, the lands of powdered paisaki and steaming schnitzel at nights. I'm part of my grandfather from generations ago who sailed the seas in hopes for a second chance, and those who endangered their own lives to fight for freedom. Religion embedded, a Bible with the names of my relatives that I will not meet in this life, and a bishop from Bedford, UK, who traveled afar to found the church that wedded my parents and baptized my curious head. I'm from a thief who stole a loaf of bread that acted as a ticket to a new life. I'm from doctors who've healed across generations. I'm from a family of farmers who would never rest till the day was done, who grew blue ribbon corn that still dances in me when the wind rushes across the field beneath the beating sun. These memories, held still in a glass frame, bring me back to the days I was not yet alive to see. Snapshots of life, reviving all who've come before me. People who have constructed me from countries around the world into one small person, one dainty leaf on a tree.
And next we have Jennifer Lee.
Hello, my name is Jennifer Lee, and this is Where I'm From. I am from the beat of the bold poop. Vibrations meet the rhythm of my pumping heart. I am from the overwhelming smell of burning brown sugar and the trickle of fresh plum tea after the reach of dawn. I am from Hangul, the alphabet that has been engraved in my brain as Sunday night teachings. I am from the Kayagum, music notes sprinkled on my fingertips, and the instrument sounds flowing from my dreams. I am born from the hibiscus syriacus, the nation's flower with the meaning of eternal. I am from the lively cartoon characters ranging from Bororo the penguin to 짱구, which my adolescence is composed of. I am from the nourishing kimchi from my grandmother's touch, the red pepper flakes tingling on my tongue. I am from the dark hair that has been passed down from Hyeong and Cheongseop. I am from the steadfast dignity and virtue of an individual, none other than my own grandfather. I am from the assortment of hair rollers, which my grandmother's hair sucks in. I am from the bead details of the silky hanbok, my colors of red and yellow. I am from the intricate paper fan, thin yet sturdy, and signaling for celebration. I'm from the red lights of the New Year festival that gleam like the snow in a winter fairy tale. I'm from the blue jay, whose visit to my window every summer sunrise exposed its beauty. I'm from the expanses of the enchanting fig tree placed in the backyard garden with the thriving sprouts from my youth. And here I stand today, observing the national flowers whose fragile pink petals are deemed to permanently remain. Humming along the country's 애국가, I exclaim with the swaying flag, "Great Korean people stay true to the Great Korean way." Thank you.
And next we have Ashley Lowell.
Hi, my name is Ashley Lowell, and my poem is called Where I'm From. I am from a beautiful island, Jamaica, with giant green palm trees that sway, filled with ripe coconuts. The slice of lemon shining high in the sky, humid air making it hard to breathe, but the rain isn't cool enough. I'm from the planted ganja leaf, a healer, a land full of positivity, lifted spirits. Don't worry, be happy. Attending church on Sunday mornings, where family is close and friends even closer. Not a half-brother, just Breda. Patois, a dialect with loosened English words, learned from my grandma's phone conversations. The smell of my grandmother's home-cooked meals, oxtail, stewed beef, chopped into small bits, rice and peas. On Easter, we eat spiced bun and cheese. Saltfish, sweet guinnep, a fruit eaten in the summer. Soursop, and ackee, mango. Fresh peaches from the yard. From Rastafari and the Ital way, no processed foods or chemicals. Vegan, vegetarian, living naturally with simplicity and gratefulness. Granny Nanny, the hero who set my ancestors free. Bob Marley, a peace creator for the world, medicine for the world. His music, his words, his powerful mind worked like Albert Einstein. Reggae, joining all people, family, friends, strangers, teachers, blasting throughout my house, singing don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be all right. While I move to the beat, music takes over my body and my soul. These are my roots, 3 colors on my flag. Red is their blood, yellow is the gold, and green is the land. Faith in my one God, Jah Rastafari. All of us, buffalo soldiers, stolen from Africa, brought to America. Jamaica is my home. It's the way I speak. It's what I eat. What is only half of me spreads to become all of me, as smoothly as paint pours gently into a bucket. Because I choose. Jamaica means equality, strength, power, happiness, obedience towards your parents, respect, and intelligence. But what I live by is one love.
Showing off her singing, too, not just her poetry. And next we have Rose Margulies. Come on over.
Hi, I'm Rose Margulies, and this is Where I'm From. I'm from books, from Winnie the Pooh and Goodnight Moon. I'm from squeaky stairs that I climb every day, whose sound is as familiar as the warm glow at sunrise. I'm from collecting leaves that have fallen from the red maple tree and the birds that sing in the morning. I'm from matzo ball soup and warm sticky rice. I am from my namesake Grandma Rosie, from popping bubble wrap on the Lunar New Year and dancing dragons across folding fans. I'm from silver kiddish cups, wooden dreidels, and 8 nights of light. I am from nature walks in the crisp autumn air and getting lost in the muddy corn maze after eating warm apple cider donuts. I'm from long road trips to Maine where it feels like home. From my Nana's mouth-watering sugar cookies to falling asleep as my father reads a bedtime story. I am from gloves full of freezing snow while building a snowman. I am from warm clothes fresh out of the dryer that feel like being hugged by my mother. I'm from all of these moments and more to come. Thank you.
Now we have Sophia Pansini.
Hi, I'm Sophia Pansini, and the title of my poem is Where I'm From. I'm from Nunno and Grandma, Grandpapa and Grandmama. From Frank and Renee, a love story. I'm from a wealth of wonderful things. Like on Christmas, piles of scallops and salmon and sweet stuffed clams. On Thanksgiving, a beautiful turkey carved in Vermont. Like on the 4th of July, all piled onto one blanket, eyes aimed at the sky. I'm from the interesting places my people come from. Like Canada, why I love the cold, the snow. Hearing my grandpa say on a frigid winter morning, what a beautiful day. Like Italy, why I love to sit at the kitchen table for hours, rolling meatballs with Mom, listening to the voices, feasting on the food, surrounded by family. I'm from creating a treasure chest of traditions, like RV trips, with Dad at the wheel, from New York to Florida, the contests we would have, like who could stay up all night with him driving mile after mile, one state to the next. Like long summer pool days, sitting on the watermelon floaty, sisters laughing and brother blasting us with the hose, Ivy and King biting at the spray. Like Vermont, our happy hideaway. It's where we refresh. The smell of Dad's bacon and Mom's coffee fills the air every Saturday morning. Getting packed and ready for a day of snowmobiling, a day of fun and a day of adventure. I'm from family. Simple as it sounds, home is where the heart is and where it will always be. Thank you.
And next, we have David Stark.
Hi, I'm David Stark, and this is where I'm from. I'm from the smell of pancakes and the taste of orange juice in the early morning. I'm from Star Wars and Legos. I'm from 7 kids bouncing around the house. I'm from tall grass tickling my toes, and from monkey muffins, whose pumpkin spice was legendary. I'm from Pesach and Rosh Hashanah, from 5 sisters and 1 brother. I'm from sing-alongs and kickball games, from don't take any wooden nickels and wipe that schmutz off your face. I'm from countless Jewish holidays playing dreidel with my family. I'm from San Antonio, Texas, and 14 years in New York. I'm from the smell of matzo ball soup and latkes on Hanukkah. I'm from cracked teeth and various hospital visits. I'm from shared food. I'm from shared toys. I'm from a best friend for life, who is 1 minute younger. I'm from shared feelings and shared friends. I'm from a twin sister, staying with me wherever I am. I'm from an amazing family, from happy smiles and singing sisters. I'm from love and I'm from loss. I'm from these moments that make me who I am.
Of course, his twin is here. Do you need to ask? And we have Megan Ruckel.
Hi, I'm Megan Ruckel, and this is my poem, Where I'm From. I am from the Bombasdine Lakeside, where the wind would blow my hair every which way, where there were huge lake floats that we would climb up, competitions every day to see who can get to the top first. I am from the soft pink blanket and bed sheets that were by my side since I was born. I am from the bright bedroom walls, the prettiest shade of neon blue, along with the yo mama jokes that my cousins and I would make up. I'm from the seeds of a sunflower that my team would eat every softball game, the blooming of fresh tulips that my mom would plant in our garden, their colors so bright like my happiness on Saturday mornings. I'm from the older cousins who inspire what I'm like today, telling me don't let your life get out of your hands. I'm from the family road trips and carpool karaoke, singing Britney Spears so loudly that every other car on the freeway could hear, from being told to just be you and follow what your heart tells you by my overprotective parents. I'm from the late night Christmas Eve masses where the priest would let the smoke roam around the pews. I am from the 7 a.m. wake-up calls every holiday morning, sneaking downstairs at midnight to see our Christmas presents. I'm from the States with Germany in my heart, from the amazing chicken pot pie my mom makes so much, from the eldest, my great-grandfather, who gave us our last name, Ruckelshaus.
That's everyone. Fox Lane, thank you so much. Awesome job. Awesome job. So you get more music. So I hear there are 2 Audis in the garage downstairs that are blocking traffic, and the police are here. So I'm very sorry, but if it happens to be your Audi in the garage, if you could move it, that would be wonderful. And then come right back in and enjoy some more poetry. Okay? So next, I'm going to invite Rye Neck Middle School to come on up with their teacher. Yes, you hear the music? That's your cue. Come on up.
Hello. Rhineck is here on a rainy, rainy day. Thank you, everyone, for coming on out. I'm going to read Ted Kooser's poem, Flying at Night. Above us, stars. Beneath us, constellations. 5 billion miles away, a galaxy dies like a snowflake, falling on water. Below us, some farmer, feeling the chill of that distant death, snaps on his yard light, drawing his sheds and barn back into the little system of his care. All night, the cities like shimmering novas tug with bright streets at lonely lights like his. Our first presenter for today is Megan Ronan.
The title of my poem is The Little Yellow Ladybug. The little yellow ladybug climbing in a tree was just about as happy as a ladybug could be. But then he heard another ladybug give out a shriek. He shouted, "That ladybug is yellow, what a freak." The little yellow ladybug sobbed his whole walk back when he met his mama ladybug, who asked, "What's wrong, Jack?" He replied, "I'm a stupid, ugly ladybug who's more yellow than a bee." And his mom said, "You're a cute yellow ladybug like sunshine and daisies." After this, the little ladybug felt a whole lot better, and he finally stopped wishing that he could be redder.
And next, Tara O'Reilly. Come on over. You can read from your sheet, or it's right here.
The name of my poem is Leaf. Bruises, cuts, scars. Still the old wood stayed strong, as the winds viciously blew, snatching my family into the world. Much like their hope, their color drifted away, like a lonely boat floating into oblivion, or a plastic bag, whirling in the icy winds. Will this exhausting trip end? It will soon be my turn. For once, I was a soft feather. Now I am being baked, turning into a pastry, hearing the crunch of my brittle body, feeling the swift wind as it chills me to the core. Kidnapping more and more my loved ones, not imagining I will stay, I shut my eyes and let go, surfing my way down on this vast sea of gold.
And next, Riley Taylor. Come on. It's right here, and you can adjust the mic up.
My poem's called The Forgotten Forest. It's inspired by Edgar Allan Poe. The wind passes from place to place without synchronization nor recognition. The fawn gently pounces across the freshly dewed grass and experiences the sheer pain of life. The trees, their bark slowly peels, revealing insects, enduring their unbearable heartache, the ghostly chill of failure. Unkept ferns seem to suffer the gloom of reality and fade from the world's mind. Moss, seemingly dead, feels as though it might as well be, while a nearby log cabin concludes that it has counted every painstaking second. Its weary porch contains remnants of an era long forgotten. The windows, which once shined with life, now reek of the stench of sadness. The whole forest is alone and forgotten by man itself.
Jack Kidder.
My story is called, or my poem is called The Friends. The dark midnight sky, at late when the crickets crick, where the water's slow, the friend of a soul sits near. The plush fur of a bunny sits still on a narrow bench, filled with much laughter. As an hour whoos, the campfire flickers unstopped to spread a life of sparks up to the young sky.
And next, Theodore Cusbiantoro.
My poem is titled Fireflies, and I was inspired by Rita Dove's Adolescence. They live in the night sky beneath a blanket of darkness, as shady as a ghost pass. They hide in the day, and when be seen dead in the sun's warm embrace, in the sky blue as the ocean's deep. There is one thing, though, that they cannot hide, beneath the shady blanket. A group of lights, like yellow stars, that you can catch and watch float like a cloud out of your cold hands.
And last but not least, Matthew Rubin.
My poem is called The Effect of Space. We are surrounded by planets, stars, and galaxies. Yet one star that is born 1,000,000 miles away is nothing but a raindrop splashing onto the sidewalk. We don't see it, we don't feel it, nothing. Another planet dies 1,000,000 more miles away. I wish I could see it, but there's nothing I can do. This planet is so big, bigger than 10 Jupiters, but it still has no effect on us. We're just another speck in the vast plane of space.
Thank you very much. And put that.
Perfect. Very good. Thank you, folks. So next we have Mamaroneck High School, and you get your own elevator music. Come on up. Right on the orange page. If you can line up right there. Right on the orange. And if you'd like to read the Walt Whitman poem, and these are your kids right there.
Cool. I'm Aaron Shansky. I'm going to read a poem by Walt Whitman, Are You the New Person Drawn to Me? Are you the new person drawn toward me? To begin with, take warning. I am surely far different from what you suppose. Do you suppose you will find in me your ideal? Do you think it's so easy to have me become your lover? Do you think the friendship of me would be unalloyed satisfaction? Do you think I am trusty and faithful? Do you see no further than this facade, this smooth and tolerant manner of me? Do you suppose yourself advancing on real ground toward a real heroic man? Have you no thought, O dreamer, that it may be all Maya, illusion? Cool. So our first poet is a senior and a student of Darren Bosch's, Jane Hollander.
Hello, my name is Jane Hollander, and this poem is called Backseat. Following the promise of fresh fruit scrawled on the shabby paper sign hanging overhead, we pull over to observe the blue cardboard cartons arranged on the folding table. Plump bruised tomatoes, small yellow plums, bushels of red-green apples. I pick out a carton of Honey Crisps, tilt it so they tumble into a plastic bag, and cram my $2 into the slot in the rusted can. Holding the crinkling bag with one hand and reaching in with the other, I wrap my fingers around a firm, smooth apple, wipe it down with my shirt, and bite into it. I eat it standing outside the car, wiping the juice off my mouth with the back of my hand and spitting the seeds out on the pavement. I toss the core in the garbage can. Climbing into the back seat, I place the bag of apples in my lap. They settle into the folds of the bag, finding crevices to fill between my legs and against my stomach. Maybe it's just these rainy days that dredge you up, that make me want to grasp for solid arms and clammy hands in the humid air, that make you seem tangible all around. I reach into the bag and pull out another one.
I eat this one slowly, savoring its tart flavor. When I'm finished, I roll down the window, feeling the wind on my eyes, and sacrifice what's left of my apple to the highway. I sit back and feel the acid settle in my stomach. A wave of nausea passes over me. Maybe it's the highway making me dizzy, and I'll sleep it off. Wake up bright-eyed with my head screwed on tight. Wake up bone dry and sure. Thank you.
Our next poet is a junior and a student of Elena Almosnino, Dasha Krylova.
Hello, my name is Dasha Krylova, and my poem is called It's. It was inspired by Walt Whitman's The Son of Myself. It's a supermarket where she chooses between 400 cheeses every once in a while, or maybe each week. Then going home without any cheese, bags full of tiredness in hands. Then going home without any cheese, thinking that maybe she should have said yes. That's the life, because that's the choice. The choice not to buy any cheese at all. It's those bloody, frosty scratches which I have on my hands every winter, even though there are many gloves, even though I will then try to hide the red marks on the hands, ashamed, shy. Then suffering, struggling, scratching and teasing, then lotioning, washing, healing and heeding. That's the life, because that's the choice not to wear the gloves. It's two sons running around him, shouting, jumping even when he says stop, smiling, laughing even when he says stop. Not exactly that father's just playing, so keeping the actions up. That's the life, because that's the choice to secretly smile together with sons. Thank you.
Next student is a 10th grader and in my English class, Mackenzie Minduillo.
Hi, and I'm here to read for you The Forest. Every morning, the still yet woken dewdrops remain, for not a single sound could be sought, nor north or south. The hushed hollows give out a final hoot as the owls say goodnight and the red sun says good morning. The forest is a woman. She lets her hair grow wild down to her bare feet. She has flowers in her hair and dances to the songs of the bluebirds and the wrens, sinking her feet into the rich soil. Everything depends on each other, intertwined like a weaving, and nothing is complete without another. Imagine taking away the trees. No creature would have a home or a cure to be able to breathe. If the forest is a woman, would you take away her children? The forest is a woman. She is untouched. She is unharmed. She is free. Thank you.
Our last poet's another 10th grader, student of Linda Sherwood, Sujay Tata.
Hello, I'm Sujay. I'm a sophomore at Merrimack High School, and I'm going to read for you a 3-stanza haiku called Splash. Heart is thumping hard, look at the basket, no time. Game is on the line. It is time to shine, shoot the ball in a straight line. Sujay, let it fly. The game is a tie, buzzer beater, ring, ring. We win, I go sigh. Thank you.
I'm still amazed about memorizing a 3-page poem. Anybody else notice that Oof. Wow. Not even on a good day. All right, and I believe that we have Homix Middle School walking up even before their music because they're so excited to be here. Come on up. And I have a poem for you to read before you begin. I'm not sure how you're going to decide who gets to read it, but one of you can read sort of an intro poem. So you can decide. Line up on the tape, everyone, and then take a step forward. There you go. And move past the podium a little farther down.
Hi, I'm Laura Mercogliano from Homix, and this is Eating Poetry by Mark Strand. Ink runs from the corners of my mouth. There is no happiness like mine. I have been eating poetry. The librarian does not believe what she sees. Her eyes are sad and she walks with her hands in her dress. The poems are gone. The light is dim. The dogs are on the basement stairs and coming up. Their eyeballs roll. Their blonde legs burn like brush. The poor librarian begins to stamp her feet and weep. She does not understand. When I get on my knees and lick her hand, she screams, "I am a new man." I snarl at her and bark. I romp with joy in the bookish dark.
Our first poet today is Jane Decker. Jade Decker, I'm sorry, did I say Jane? Sorry, Jade, sorry.
My name is Jade Decker, and my poem is untitled. Listen to yourself. As the path gets tenebrous, and torrents of rain sweep the forsaken trees, that you will survive, wandering, discovering the same trail as you go on, and find yourself. Inside a broken world, or beyond those who will not discern, and may forever hold their solitude. Tonight, as the tears begin to fall, listen to yourself, as your legacy does not end here, but you live on, through the adversity, and you will find that the birds fly higher, the grass grows greener. And if it so happens that you may not pause and fathom and find yourself, where you will have risen in the end, listen to yourself. In those last moments of sensation flowing through your blood, that you are worth every dime and will be remembered to the end of times.
Next, we have Leela Deshpande.
Hi, I'm Leela Deshpande, and this is my poem. It's a debate, the back and forth motion of a ping pong ball, slowly landing on either side of the table with a quiet tap. It's a controversy, each petal of a flower plucked with every time I land on the other side. So I take a step back, and I realize the ping pong table is broken, and the flower is merely a picture on the television. I can fix the table or reach into the static screen, but it will not give me the answer that I want. It will leave me unsatisfied. And I ask myself why. Why must I put the burden of such a little detail on my shoulders? And I do not know. And because of this, I take some duct tape and scavenge the pieces of the ping pong table. I get in the car and buy a single daisy, and I make my decision. So in the end, the table is in the basement, the flower is left untouched, and I finally realize I'm not playing a game, I'm not plucking a flower. It's just myself, making my own decisions.
Joe Sarkozy.
Hi, my name's Joe. This is my poem. Oh, the mother looks down on the child on this special day, the day of birth. When she looks down, she has no idea that this little light will become an athlete, writer, chef, and an intelligent, friendly person. She looks down knowing everything, yet at the same time knowing nothing. The baby opens his eyes for the first time to see the face of the most beautiful thing in the world that he will forever know until he dies. Her arms, a sweet, gentle touch. The child looks up not knowing that in the future she will become the gardener that tends to the tree as it is, bigger and bigger. She will be the flower to the cake. He will never live without her.
Our next poet is Kira Trediak.
Hi. My poem was inspired by We Lived Happily During the War by Ilya Kaminsky, and it's called My Dearest Friend. When they scared you, I held you tight, but not enough. When they made you shrink inside, I fought them, but not enough. When you cried alone, I slept well, safe on my own. Next to me, you were falling, as if a ghost was wrestling your body out, like they wrenched your heart and your nerves out, one by one. I turned away and closed my eyes. How silence could be so comforting. But beside me, you closed your eyes. How silence could be so deafening. In due time, you ring the doorbell to my home. You tell me how they have hurt you, bullied you. You sat there, and together we blamed them. But I, dear friend, lived happily during your pain. Can you ever forgive me?
Arman Yusuf.
Hi, I'm Arman Yusuf, and this is my poem, Sacrifice. To the brave souls who fought tooth and nail would be remembered, for they prevailed, though unfortunately many paid the toll. When the screams that echoed and the weary and destitute suffer, a spark flies once again as more disposable creatures fight and gunshots bellow. While the cycle continues once again, a new piece is added to the puzzle, and now they can all sense it's nearing completion. What is death? Freezing darkness? A never-ending pit? Can you have visions of a deep, dark ocean? A never-ending space? Is it calming? Perhaps it's frightening. What if it's your worst nightmare? Will it torture you past insanity? A spark, perhaps? Or just nothingness? Thank you.
Good afternoon. Our next poet is Ella Greenfield.
I'm Ella Greenfield, and my poem was inspired by I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud. I dashed with pride, as the sun did too, along the river valleys, when with one breath I saw a world of dense bark coated with blankets, all shades of green, all reaching for my sun. Farther than the eye could see, and brighter than the twinkle of the eye too. Maybe hundreds I saw with a mere blink, reaching out for the dashing sun. And when I used to think I was the only soul in the race, I found hundreds more, all reaching along with me for the dashing sun. Yeah.
Next we have Annie Aranz.
Hi, I'm Annie Aranz, and I'm going to read To Be a Child. To be a child is to laugh and play and never have it any other way. To be a child is to set a goal and never ever let it go. To be a child is to understand and to always hold one another's hand. To be a child is to dream big things, like to fly with a pair of big, big wings. To be a child is to believe that nothing is quite how it seems.
Daniela Baker.
Hi, I'm Daniela Baker, and my poem is Christmas Eve, and it's an imitation of Robert Frost's poem. Whose woods these are, I think I know, to the sleepy houses down below. No one will see me stopping here. To fill their stockings we will go. My reindeers must think it's queer to stop without a Christmas cheer. Between the village and frozen lake, the snowiest evening of the year. They give their bells a jingle, and into the snowy night I mingle. I see the houses glowing bright, down the chimney swoosh and dingle. The North Pole is shining bright, but I have presents to deliver tonight. Hours to go, no end in sight. Hours to go, no end in sight.
Finally, we have Emily Bennett and Harper Kaplan reading together.
I'm Harper Kaplan.
I'm Emily Bennett, and we're reading Live in Your Own Light. Say to yourself when you feel blue, and say to the people that think you're not good enough.
And say to the people, the judgmental, the humorless,
the controlling and stubborn,
I will push myself to fulfill my greatest potential, even in my darkest hour.
I will love myself.
You will be delighted at what you can achieve.
Live not for mediocrity. Live not for second-guessing yourself based on what others believe.
Live in your own light.
Wow. Take a bow, guys. Take a bow. Wow. Thank you, guys. You can walk this way. Thank you so much. That was a good last line, right? Live in your own light. Let's see. And I believe that our last school is not attending, but I'm going to double check with you. That's Westlake. Is that correct? So Westlake poets are also the stars of their show this weekend, their spring musical. And so although that you can read their poems in our publication, unfortunately, they were not able to be here. So you heard from all the schools who are present, but I believe that we have some poetry out in the audience that we're going to get to in just a minute. But we have some other people that we need to thank. First of all, any parents out there? Wave. Any parents? Any grandparents? Any brothers or sisters or friends and neighbors? So poets, I think you should all turn around and just yell out a big thank you to them. Could you do that? Just turn in your seats and thank all those people who came here for you. Make sure you get your own little fan club. Make sure you thank them. Very good. Now, typical teacher fashion, very few of them said who they were. I guess I should have been their fan. But teachers, would you please stand and have your own round of applause? Come on. My daughter said to me, Mom, it's not like you had anything else that you were going to do today. But I mean, they did take the day to come here and celebrate their students, and that's pretty great too. So I believe that on your way in, you grabbed a line or lines of poetry, and we didn't want you to feel left out. This is, all about participation. So if you are willing to stand up and share that line of poetry, I would certainly be very pleased, and I bet that your neighbors would be as well. Who's interested? Who would? Yes, go ahead. Would you stand up? Nice and loud. Thank you. Nice. Who else would like to read theirs? Who's feeling brave right now? Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Poems are made by fools like me. Only God can make it true.
I love it. That was a memorable moment. And I think we had someone in the third row. Yes, please stand up. Go ahead.
I will be the gladdest thing under the sun. I will touch 100 flowers, not one. And that's Afternoon on the Hill by Edna St. Vincent.
Ooh, Edna St. Vincent Millay. Yeah. Another rock star poet. All right, yes, in the back of the hat.
Young storm, the house is yours. Let your eyes darken. Your rain come. The candle lit. Another April by James
Thank you. Who else would like to read? Let's see. Yes, on this side.
A life exists in spring, not present on the year at any other period.
Ooh, thank you. Any brothers and sisters out there feeling brave? You don't want just your... Oh yeah, way over there, up in the balcony. Look at that. Go ahead.
The moon split in half and the stars crumbled, falling like fireworks into the sea, by Christy Ann Martin.
Thank you. Maybe two more? Who's feeling brave? Yes.
Look one way and the sun is going down. Look the other and the moon is rising. The bats squeak, night is here. The birds cheep, day is gone. By Randall Jarrell?
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Gerald. I thought I saw it. Oh, yes, go ahead.
It flew off as my mind sang out, oh, all that loose blue rink of sky. Where does it go and why? From the real prayers are not the words, but the attention that comes first.
Thank you. I'm looking for another student. Don't worry, I'll get to you too, but is there a student out there? All right, I'm going to give you a second to be brave. Go ahead, you can go.
Ask not the cause why sullen spring so long delays her flowers to bear. Why warbling birds forget to sing and winter storms invert the year. John Dryden.
We have a real variety out there, don't we? All right, yes, go ahead.
Nature's first greatest gold, her hardest hue to hold. From nothing gold instead by Robert Frost.
Very nice. All right, last call. Is there anybody? Oh, yes, go ahead.
Peonies are up, the red scraps, burning in circles like birthday candles. From Mother by Ted Cruz.
Nice. Very good. So just out of curiosity now, let's see if you're good listeners. If you have been to a sports event in the last year, would you clap once? Okay. All right. You're not practicing, so I get it. So if you have been to a play in the last year, would you please clap? Oh, see, you're getting better now. Okay. How about a concert? Boy, I'm impressed. You're quick learners. How about, except for today, how many of you have been to a poetry reading? Oh, yeah, sure, the front row where all the poets are sitting, sure. No one? So I think you get where I'm going with this. Isn't this awesome? I mean, we're celebrating our youngest poets, and I wish that we could clap more often for events like this. Yes, your athletic abilities and your singing and your musical abilities are so important, but what an amazing gift, and your words matter a lot, more than you know. And I was watching faces, and I know how much your words matter. So thank you, students, for sharing your words. I know it's scary to be up here. It's scary for anyone who comes up to this microphone. So thank you, and celebrate. Take care. Have a good day.
No. Right, just come back in your seat. Just sit down. That was just Diane leaving the stage. And we just want to certainly thank her. Her students and she made all those quotes and put them on the pages, on the beautiful paper for you. So could we thank her for that? Okay, and Diane, Marina has something to present to you. So come on up.
Diane, you're wonderful. Thank you so much for championing this event.
So kind
Here
of
you
you.
go. Come everybody here. Thank you.
She is the best master of ceremonies, and we thank her so much. But we have something for the teachers also, because this event couldn't have been possible without the teachers in this room. And they inspire their students, encourage them, and make it possible for them to be here today. So without our teachers, we know, this event would not take place. So what we want to do is we want to give each of the teachers, we'll call up, we want to hear you cheer for your school. How about we cheer for Jenny Thiel at Rhinebeck? Woo! Okay. All right, so I'm going to... So I'm going to show you. So there's a bag. In the bag are all of, for your students.
Yes.
Anthology for each of you.
Thank
And
you.
then there is a goodie bag for the teacher for Monday morning, so she can, or Monday afternoon, so they can have something to sustain them for the rest of the week. So that's for you. Okay. Yay. Okay. Next, we have Homics. Come on up, Homics. Let's cheer for Homics. Yay! Come on, Homics teachers. So we have Laura Mercogliano and Lorraine McCurdy Little, and well, Rebecca Streeter isn't here, but we have Brian Wensler. And Brian, this is your first time,
Yes,
correct?
yes.
So we're so happy that you're here.
I'm honored.
So the names are on the bag. So then, Lorraine, would you give one to the teacher who's not here?
thank you so
And
much. I appreciate
we hope you enjoy your treats and make sure your students get their anthologies. Okay, thank you. Then we have Mamaroneck High School, Aaron Shansky, and come on up, and the rest of the teachers. Let's hear it. Okay, so Aaron, thank you so much. Come on up. So you have a lot of bags to take back. So, Aaron, again, you have, in your bag are the books for your students, okay? And then there's one copy for the other teachers who aren't here. Okay, thank you. Okay, and then, Diane, did we give you your bag yet? Well, okay, here it is. Let's hear it for Fox Lane. Okay, Fox Lane. And thank you, thank you, thank you. So, just so that you know, the school Westlake couldn't be here because they have their school play today. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Christopher DiPolito. He's their teacher. He has been here every year previously. So we'll just give him a little shout out today, Christopher and his students. In addition, you know that LMC-TV is streaming this event and that you can watch it. They will do a little bit of editing, but you will be able to see this event either on YouTube, on lmcv.org. It would be broadcast on the cable channels as well, so you'll have a chance to see yourselves again very soon. And I want to also thank LMC-TV, the staff, for filming this, for the Emmelyn Theater and their crew for making it possible for everything to work and set up the sound system, etc. For Trader Joe's, who gave us the treats for the teachers and the bags. Trader Joe's, yay. For Arcadia Floral, for these beautiful flowers. They donated them to us. They're wonderful, and they're right here in Mamaroneck. And Barnes & Noble gave us something. Marina, I think we're going to have to do something for the students, don't you think? We're going to have a raffle. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, because Barnes & Noble gave us a $25 gift certificate for one lucky person in this audience, one student. However, the student has to be here. So if you pick a name, Marina, that
They better be
the
here.
person, they have to be here to get this. So mix them up. So what we did is we put all your names on cardstock here, and we're going to now choose. Oh, we'll let Mary Louise choose it. Okay, Mary Louise. Oh, he's not here. Okay, so we choose another one. Woo! Okay. All right, now wait. So hold it again. Oh, no, you come up and get your certificate. So you're going to. And what school are you from? Homics. Okay, so come on up. So here it is. You can spend it as you wish, and congratulations. Thank you so much for being part of this. Okay. Then we have these flowers. So I think we should raffle those off.
Think so?
Why not, right? So, okay, just that your parents have to be here to help you take this home, or somebody. So how about Marina? You want to pick it?
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. But again, you have to be here.
For the first arrangement goes to the family of Leela Deshpande.
Where are you, Leela? Okay. Leela, are your parents here? All right, it's okay with them? Okay, Mom and Dad? Yes? Okay, so you don't have to come up now, but at the end of the event, you're going to take one of these, okay? All right? Is that okay with you guys? Yes? Okay.
Here, Jane, you do the second one.
All right, second one. Here we go. All right, this is Ashley Lowell. Ashley! Are your parents here? Okay, Mom and Dad? Yes? All right. So you'll take that one, Ashley, okay? All right. Now, just a couple more things, and then Marina, I don't know if you want to say anything else. So, our Arts Council does sponsor other things. A July 4th concert right in the harbor overlooking the water. So we invite you to come for July 4th, about 7 p.m. Every Thursday in July, we sponsor a concert at the harbor and at 7 p.m. every Thursday in July. So you can come and bring your chairs and your food basket and enjoy a concert. In addition, the Hudson Valley Shakespeare Festival players are going to be in Mamaroneck on August 3rd. And they will be performing Julius Caesar, which will be interactive. They will get the audience involved, and it will be family-friendly. And that will be at the harbor, August 3rd. So you can look at the Village of Mamaroneck website. You can contact the Arts Council. Hopefully, you'll come to more things that we sponsor. Would you want to say anything else? I just want to, of course, just thank, though. Shouldn't we thank the parents?
Absolutely.
For raising such wonderful kids, and the teachers for inspiring them. Thank you, thank you. Marina, did you want to say something
The
else?
only thing I have to say is your poetry was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for bringing your voices here.
Yes.
And we hope you participate again. We'll hope to see you next year.
Yes. All right. Okay, thank you, everyone. Now go forth, take pictures, and get your books from your teachers.
Look where my phone was. You can imagine. It was on airplanes.
Yeah, that's good. Okay.